Hello and welcome back to Third Age Total War Divide and Conquer, where we continue our Angmar campaign. Last time we took Angsul and an army of the goblins decided to make its way through our region of Litash. Now this may just be a simple warm-hearted gesture to take another region, but it could also be the pretense to war. And I'd rather not take any risks when fighting against the enemy, well, the other rulers of the mountains. The mountains deserve to be ours and ours alone. And so we go to war.
Kill them all!
With Captain Zograd. He has a unit of orc taskmasters, mountain orc hunters, goblin infantry, 2 goblin band, another unit of goblin infantry, and some goblin archers. Not as strong as our orc marauders and our hillmen, but still quite powerful actually. Still quite powerful. But I have faith. I have faith we can win this. So we've now declared the first war against the orcs in the Misty Mountains. Indeed, he was as like to Forongil as to one of nearest kin. Denethor and Aragorn, Gondor and the heirs of Anarion. So we've been quite an open region. Now then, these raiders, how good are they in melee? They're actually quite decent. We want the fellas to take any archer fire, so we'll put them into loose formation in the front. Have Morholt to the side with his Rudauer archers. Have the Axemen act as a shield against anything that comes for him. Have the Marauders on the right for them to charge in. And the Raiders and the Pikemen. Let's just have them behind there. Get the Pikemen out of Spear Wall formation for now as well, just so they can run. Now then, scooch over the orc fellas. Send Morholt up to the hill. Have the Axemen join him. Send the Marauders off to the side. So the unit I want to be shooting down is the Mountain Orc Hunters. Because even though I didn't show their stats for long, their defensive skill is 7. And they have 0 armor. So shoot them with javelins or arrows and they will fall like twigs. Because unlike the berserkers, they don't have extra hit points. Which is the main reason the orc berserkers can last for so long. And we'll actually send those orc fellas back into tight formation and have them just immediately run into the enemy. And we'll do the same with the Rudau units. Might have gone a bit too far to the right. About to fire. Rain down hell upon them. Oh, look at those mountain orcs. Yeah, I kind of did a bad thing with that positioning there. Try and get some of those marauders to strike at those taskmasters, because not only is it the general, but they're inspiring troops. Axeman goes over to the side. Goblin band are tough, but those orc hunters are even tougher. Don't let them get into melee. Not yet, anyway. Let them shoot their javelins first. Charge those infantry axemen. Try and shoot into the mountain orc hunters. Ugh. Well, a bit of a bad throat today. I love that power so much. Just because it says, "Come on, men, fight." It's definitely one of my favourites because you get to hear it twice when playing as Dol Amroth. Both from the Prince of Dol Amroth, Adrihil at the time, and then his son Imrahil. Okay, let's shoot down those archers now. Oh, the Taskmaster's got away. They're too far away to inspire your troops now. You're done for. Have the raiders charge into those archers. While the Orc hunters have already started routing. Oh, beautiful. It's already begun. This is why, once again, like I said so many times in the last campaign as Lothlorien, never send an army anywhere into an enemy region, or even a neutral region, or outside of your own region, or near an enemy army without a general. Captains are not acceptable.
The enemy are badly bloodied.
As garrisons for the early game, it's understandable because you don't have much of a choice. But when it comes closer to the late game, or even when you're just going through someone else's regions, never go anywhere without a bodyguard unit by your army's side. Otherwise, you are asking them to commit seppuku. That's literally the only bit of advice I can give that's truly legitimate. Those Orc Taskmasters are still holding on, and that's all they have left. Oh, and the archers. Let's start corralling their morale. Okay, Morholt, just move up, don't shoot. Oh yeah, let's have a quick look at Morholt's unique bodyguard. He looks like a clansman of Dunland, actually, with that helmet. But he's also wielding dual axes, and that's just cool. That's just cool off the press. Make sure nothing escapes. I know there's not much you can really do about things escaping, but, you know. Pretend like you can. Ah, they're getting trampled now. Don't let those Taskmasters run away. Cowardly orcs. They thought that they could lead an army even through my lands. We're not allies in this game. Oh no, no, no. Not today. You'll find no friend amongst us orcs. We are competing to see who is truly deserving of the mountains. And only once that victory has been decided will the others bow and submit to defeat. The general is gone. What is the worth he was? It's such a shame. These goblins could have served as useful puppets in the great war to come. For if we truly become strong enough, we might have enough strength to even break the Dark Lord Sauron himself and claim his lands for our own. For only a true, strong leader is worthy of leading. And we'll end it there. A few of them escape, But 40 orc fellas got healed. No, 46 got healed. Excellent. Our first catch of the day. But men are better than gates, and no gate will endure against our enemy if men desert it. Indeed. But it's a shame, without a true leader, they can't hope to fight back. Execute these fools. I have no time for rabble.
Get ready for fighting! Orcs! Orcs! Listen up! Get ready for fighting!
Our armies must be of the most elite.
We have completed an objective.
Nothing else will do.
Come on! Regroup, you louts!
Which is why we're also going to be taking these Warg Riders. Why don't I make these Snagger again? Oh yeah, because I thought they were going to attack Latash. Let's just stuff them into there. There's an extra 90 I'm saving.
No sleeping here.
But yeah, Agandal's army merged with Morholt's army. We'll get that unit of Warg Riders. And then we'll move for Gundabad. And I will not end this part until I have Gundabad fully in my grasp. Oh yeah, but my spy has located Athilin, which once again has a rather decent, but is actually strongest out of all of them currently, because it's got archers, swordsmen, cavalry, and pikemen, the strongest of the Rudal units.
This way. Stay
well,
right
other than one, but only we can make it. And I'm fairly certain if I go down to here at the Hillman barracks, is it here? Hillman, axemen, pikemen, raiders, cavalry, archers, swordsmen. No, it's not. Where is it? Angmar bodyguards. I know there's an elite cavalry unit the Angmar can get. It's the equivalent of the Guardians of Khan Dûm, the original Guardians of Khan Dûm, which are just basically a full unit of Angmar bodyguards, which have been remade into a unit of extremely deadly Rudal cavalry unit, fully armed and filthy, as Gimli would say. Anyway, end the turn. You've done enough debating. Orcs are not known for their ability to debate. They're known for their strong arms in war, and the blood that clots the ground after every victory they claim, or every defeat. Either way, blood is going to be spilt. But this is the Battle of the Blackbloods. The War of the Blackbloods. I actually like that. Speak with the Kingdom of Dale for some military units.
Yes.
Oh ho ho ho! Now this is a sight to see.
I remind you of one of your own captains, Lord.
The Kingdom of Dale, after only 60 years since it has been truly reclaimed and rebuilt, now they besiege their once friends that helped them claim the mountain treasure from Erebor. Oh, the hubris. The elves truly deserve this. And Anduin and Misty Mountains have declared their alliance. Am I surprised? Not really. If they're at war with someone, they gotta make an ally with another.
What is it you wish to discuss?
We wish for trade.
Another proposition for us then?
Okay, maybe not map information. But how about an alliance, since we both hold grudges against the elves?
You hold us at ranks,
Beautiful.
Yes. Are you sure? I cannot reach that place, my lord.
We now have 2 more units of orc fellas, which I'm going to put into a fort.
Pick your feet up.
Now that unit of marauders is continuing up to Khan Dûm.
Objective. No sleeping here. Listen up.
Agandal has moved his distance.
Orcs.
Now Morholt will join those snagger,
Get ready for fighting.
and I'll move them. Where should I move them?
No sleeping here.
Move them
Get
over
ready
to
for fighting.
Angsul? Why not?
Pick your feet up.
Move
We
them,
have
move them
completed
somewhere.
an objective.
Yeah, Morholt will loiter about in the
Get ready
hills
for
for a bit,
fighting.
well, the mountains.
No
As we wait
sleeping
for
here.
as we wait for our
Objective
new Dark Lord.
complete.
And continue our spies' movement to see the next region.
Hurry up.
There we are, Goberdrain.
This way.
Another independent village with some hillmen, archers, and some swordsmen. So yeah, if you haven't already guessed, most of the regions of Rudour, Cardalin, and Arthedain, or other than these two regions, are very lackluster. They don't have much. They're either villages or small towns with rather decent garrisons inside them. Which, if I was to attack them, it'd cost me a lot of lives. But if the Dunedain were to attack them,
Stay right there.
they would first require the numbers,
No sleeping here.
and then they'd require the manpower to carry on those plans. Let's actually move them to the forts here.
Objective complete.
Let's put them in somewhere they can get free upkeep. That's something we're going to need to be doing a lot. Finding places we can get units to be in free upkeep. Because we will be making a lot of different units. So I mean, look at that. Our most powerful unit currently that we can recruit, the Orc Halberdiers. We can get 3 of them at once if we wanted to. Where before, if we wanted an elite unit, we'd have to wait 15 turns with only 1 recruitment slot, and it would take 2 turns to make them. So already you can see the difference in value. The life of an orc is less valuable than the life of an elf. In fact, the only life I can think that's more value than that has less value than an orc is a bandit, or a rebel with really nothing. But that's the thing about orcs that have heavy armor and some combat
At your
experience.
service, my lord.
They've actually been able to survive.
Yes, I shall speak with their representative.
More queues have been installed for
Continuing
what?
tomorrow.
Then? What has been stalling? Oh yeah, I was going to build the slave pits in Angsul.
Get ready for fighting.
And continue
Come on.
Grishnash.
Orcs.
This is a journey.
Is that what you want? Pick your feet
It
up.
is what I want, yes.
No sleeping here.
The question is, do I want all of these units here? Because yes, I do. Actually, merge these two together.
Pick
Move
your
them
feet
into
up.
there. Move
No
them out.
sleeping here.
Just so we've got another full unit of orc fellas.
Get ready for fighting.
And then take those warg
Get ready
riders
for
out once
fighting.
Agandal has joined them.
Listen up.
And the turn again. Now to say hello to the remnants of the Dunedain. See how well they're doing. Hopefully not too well. Otherwise we may have to declare war with them. I don't really want to have to do that. At least not yet. I need time to actually build up my economy. But luckily, most of our regions, other than Angsul, are well defended. That's because Angsul doesn't need much
sleeping
defending.
here.
Erebor and Dale, yes. Now that the dwarves of Erebor have seen the true hand of Dale, they have decided to take war to them. And there's Gimli with his new portrait, with his axe god of Erebor, and then there's King Dane with his Sons of the Fallen. Both of those units together could defeat almost any army that Dale threw at them. In fact, this army they could probably just destroy just by looking at them. Maybe not the Royal Guardsmen though, because I'm fairly certain their arrows are actually effective against armour. Yeah, it says it there. Black arrows, armour piercing. So these are like the Girthin N when it comes to their arrows. They are armour piercing. I should have actually checked the archer stats of the Girthanen. Oh well. So then move Agandal up.
Come on!
Can these guys
Objective,
reach?
listen up. Get ready
Oh,
for
Morholt
fighting.
can, but nothing else can. Move the Wild Riders up.
Go!
Then
Get ready
move
for
in the
fighting.
fellas.
Get ready for fighting.
So they're sitting next to the others.
Regroup, you louts.
Then move in the Rudar units and those Marauders.
Orcs! Regroup, you louts.
I'll move Morholt and the other I'll move Morholt and the Wild Riders. I'll just move everything next turn. I just want a little bit more free upkeep to try and keep up with everyone else.
Listen up.
And move those 2 Goblin Band into there as well. See, I want to get those Orc Marauders retrained, so they're full unit again. But other than that... Oh, we might want the Carpenter's Huts as well. So let's line all them up, so I don't forget. Carpenter's Hut, Carpenter's Huts. Carpenter's Huts. We just want as much building cost reduction as possible. So this army is actually looking really nice. We've got 3 units of archers, 4 once we add in more Holts.
Get ready for
We've
fighting.
got a unit of cavalry of the Wild Riders, and a bunch of infantry. So taking Gundabad should be a doddle. But they have supplied a very decent garrison, so I may have to wait out a bit.
What is it you wish to discuss?
But there's Kurdan, they're respected. I want trade.
You hold us
Good
a
day to you.
Good day indeed. I'm sure we'll have to go to war with you eventually, if the dwarves don't defeat you. But to be honest, the war between the dwarves and elves, it's going to be difficult to find out if either will actually win. Because Mithlon's strong. The Havens of Linen are a very powerful faction, but also with an easy starting position in the non-Total War submod version because they have no enemies. But it could easily make an enemy of Bree, the Dunedain, Blue Mountains, Enedwife.
Would you wish to speak to me?
Can I help?
Hello, Enedwifian
You
diplomats.
have a proposition for us?
I wish for
You
trade.
hold us at ransom.
Farewell then.
Yes.
But I have no use for
Stopping
clansmen,
here.
other than their
Tomorrow's
fish.
journey awaits. Stopping here.
Queues have been stalled. Oh dear, whatever will I do? But it does make a set 1,000, so I'm pretty happy.
Pick your feet up.
Now let's have a look what's inside Gundabad.
Gonna stick
There's some
you.
snagger out there, and that is an arm. A moment of silence for all the orcs in Gundabad that will now die.
Kill them all. Destroy them.
Don't even need any siege equipment, but
Is that what you want?
yeah. For those that haven't seen the new Gundabad map, you don't need siege equipment to do anything.
They're sleeping here. Orcs. Regroup,
This makes you
lads,
believe
and
you
a
need
taste
it.
of my blade. Listen up. The show. I'm gonna stick you. Get ready for fighting. Come on. Regroup, you
But yeah,
lads.
this is where we start to make our comeback. Gundabad will be ours, and then the world will follow suit. Oh yeah, might want that hunting hut. No, building grounds first. We have to think about economy because we're currently losing 400 a turn just by keeping up this army. We have a full stack of orcs sieging the greatest stronghold in the north, and it will one day become its own faction. Now, what is that army doing? Are they trying to attack my small unit, my few units of Orc Marauders?
Listen up.
Imladris Supreme already?
Pick your feet up.
Oh, come on, how are we not in range? Come on. I'm actually annoyed by that. We should have been in range. I know this looks like cheating, but come on. When we're literally one space away,
Regroup, you lout.
you can't blame me for wanting to do that. 'Cause that was a stupid positioning on the game's part there.
Have a taste
Now,
of
they
my
could very
blade.
well just attack Litash. I should care about my regions.
Get ready for fighting. No sleeping here.
So I'm going to start moving over to
Come on.
Litash.
We have completed.
If they continue their march into the forts, then that's understandable. But if they return to Gundabad, those units are just going to go straight back to the fort. Oh, even more wars. Lorien and Merc have gone to war, as I predicted. Gondor and Dolomar have gone to war, as I predicted. And then Lodges and Dunland have gone to war. Huh. I should have seen that coming. I really should have seen that coming. Yeah, Angmar now has a slave pit and is making the building ground. But I'm now losing a solid 800 a turn. Should probably speak with Erebor.
At your
You
service.
have a proposition? That seems... Well, that was uneventful.
Without question, my lord.
No, it was more than uneventful.
Without question.
King Dane.
Tomorrow's journey awaits. Continuing at your service. At once. Yes.
Oh, there's good old Under Towers. Pretty decent garrison in it, but
Yes.
not too big.
Continuing tomorrow.
And we are soon to enter the
Tomorrow's
Shire.
journey awaits.
Ready.
Our spy has reached
way.
Dead Man's Dyke, which is actually quite well defended with Dunedain Wardens, Dunedain Rangers, Bandits, Inhael, Conqueror of Fornos Ram and his Dunedain bodyguard, and then there's Hervigil of his Dunedain bodyguard.
Hurry up.
Let's have a look at
Stay
Numenor.
right there.
So yeah, Bree just gets for whoever can conquer Bree gets about 6 forts. So yeah, Bree is definitely a place of is definitely worth thinking about taking, because all those forts that just surround it are just easy places to put your elite units, and when necessary you can just build them all up into a giant army to defeat anything that comes between you and victory. Retrain those fellows. The retraining a unit of fellows that's already half dead is better than getting another unit of Snagger Stalkers that are just trashy. The nicest way to say it, they're just trashy. But they're pretty good. They're pretty good at keeping any population under control. You just leer at them, and that should be enough. So then, will they go back to defend their one of their greatest regions? Nope, they will go straight for the forts. They do not care about the greatest stronghold that the dwarves ever had and the orcs claimed. Oh, maybe they do. They didn't move over to the side of Litash. They moved upwards. Which also shows stupidity on the AI's part, because they're not getting free upkeep there anymore. Speak with the Bree Lanthus and military
At your
units.
service.
I shall.
At once.
We've reached the Shire.
And
What is
And
it
Michel
you wish to
Delving.
discuss? You hold us at ransom.
Good day to you.
yes.
And so we now have 2 more
Continuing
Goblin
tomorrow.
Band at the capital.
Get ready for fighting.
Beautiful.
No sleeping here.
I'll just take
Get
this
ready
unit
for
of
fighting.
fellas over to Litash as well.
Observe.
We can't take any risks, so we'll continue these guys' journey over to Litash. But once the Battle of Gundabad has begun, oh, it's going to be beautiful. We're going to lose a lot of units. There's no denying we're going to lose a lot of units.
Regroup, you louts.
But
I'm gonna
if we're lucky,
stick you.
we'll claim the region for our own.
Have a taste of my blade.
And I'm so glad you can't actually get trolls as mercenaries, because that would just be stupidly good. Yes, getting Ents is good. We can only get Ents from one region, and thinking only the elves would have the ability to get them. Whereas trolls, you could get trolls almost anywhere. Just look for any mountain region, and it makes sense there'll be trolls somewhere. But obviously, You can't just claim the allegiance of trolls that haven't been truly domesticated. Trolls will never serve anyone willingly. Osgiliath is under attack. The war between Gondor and Mordor has already begun. Boy, must I say, it's going to be a boring one. The building grounds have been built in Angsul. Nothing else is being built anywhere else in the world, unfortunately. And that army has come back, which is also an army entirely of Snagger and then 1 unit of Warg Scouts. Are the orcs in Misty Mountains trying to kill me by making me laugh? Because if they are, they're doing a spot on job. Spot on job. Killing me with laughter, you are. Nope, don't want a ballista maker. Crazy. But with 700 and losing all of it at the end of the turn, I think it's better to just wait. Because I'm sure they'll attack us soon. Plus, the longer they wait, the more their units are going to drop. And Mazul is the only general I'll be fighting. Actually, do I attack them now? Oh wait, no. They get those guys. These orc defenders aren't the finest things off the press, but they are 6 of them. I forgot those existed. Yeah, those orc defenders are better than our orc marauders, and anything better than our orc marauders is something to be frightened of, especially in quantity. They aren't elf defenders, but at the same time you can't get elf defenders everywhere, because if you could, they'd be broken. At least not in quantity. All they have is their quality, and even then they don't come up to 6 full unit of orc defenders. That's just terrifying. No, we'll wait it out. Obviously, in future circumstances, those orc defenders won't look scary to us, because the Witch Realm units will be the scariest things on the planet. Also, once we take Gundabad, we can recruit some of the units of the Orcs of the Misty Mountains. Specifically, I believe, the Gundabad Guard and the Mountain Orcs. Mountain Orcs, I mean, not Mountain Orcs. Now, let's go up to the Dunedain. We have yet to speak with them.
Tomorrow's journey awaits.
We've encountered the Breland, and there's a full garrison. We've also encountered a Numinas, with Minas Tirith, some Dunedain Warners and Cardolan Riders. I must admit, I wasn't very in tune with the design remakes of the Dunedain to begin with, but they are slowly. They're definitely. I'm definitely getting used to them more now. I think the main thing for me was the fact that Aragorn's bodyguard is no longer cavalry.
Stay right there.
I think that was just the main thing that shocked me.
Listen up. Come on.
It's not the biggest change, but it's still a change nonetheless.
I'm gonna stick you.
I would like to move out and retake that fort, but unfortunately, they're close enough that they could just retake it from me. But they seem content with making me wait. They're slowly killing off their armies. Precious orcs. Just slowly dying away. Wilting like flowers. And I'm fine with waiting too. I've no reason to make me want to rush. At least not yet. Once I see a near full stack, I will think, okay, we gotta attack Gundabad now. Or we have to start moving away from Gundabad. Just for a bit anyway. Besides, anyway, enough rattling on. Let's move over to Rune and Dorwinion. Because first then they haven't gone to war yet, have they? Yep, we're allies with the Dwarves of Ered Luin and the Kingdom of Dale. The two factions you would never think were allied with Angmar. Then Gondor's at war from within, with Dol Amroth and Mordor. Dol Amroth's only fighting Gondor, is going to claim, it might actually claim 1 or 2 regions before they start getting pushed back. And Dale, in their arrogance, but to my advantage, did attack the Woodland Realm, which in turn got a rise out of Erebor. Anduin are at war with the Shadow of Mirkwood, but allied with the Orcs of the Misty Mountains. You'll be surprised, I see this a lot as well. The Vale of Anduin don't want to go to war with the Orcs. Most of the time, they just want to ally with them, because they'll normally be at war with the Shadow of Mirkwood. Then Imladris are at war with Dunland. Lothlorien are at war with Mirkwood. London Realm at war with Dale, we already know that. And yeah, our current enemy, the Orcs of the Misty Mountains, will fall, and so will their ally. The lands surrounding the Misty Mountains belong to us. The Orcs may not know it yet. They may resist, but it is our land. And our land to claim. There's nothing they can do to stop us. This is what I like to believe. But I'm fairly certain there's something they can do to stop us. Still not attacking us, eh? Ha! The cowards. They're not even willing to fight back. And they're even sending an army over to my land. Hoping to get a rise out of me. Make me want to retreat. You fools, I'm no foolish orc general. Unlike you, we are led by true royalty. The true people who the men that truly deserve to rule these lands. The Black Numenorians. And your goblin and snagger scum are no match for our superior strength in arms and numbers. Although we could use a bit of money, and Gundabad will definitely supply us that. So once we move the diplomats,
Yes, my lord. At once.
Further down,
Continuing
and
tomorrow.
Ready.
Spire's going to continue over to
This
Bree.
way. Stay right.
And there it is. There's the region we have to
Stay
take.
right there.
Mengallen. And there they are. 58 barrow whites, I was right. And they're effective against armour, for those I didn't... For something I might have forgotten to say. They are effective against armour. They have those kinds of stats. 14 total defense skill. Archers will hurt them a lot. But they also have 2 hit points, so they're not just going to go down without a fight.
An honor, lord.
Now then, time to
Yes,
speak with the
I shall
Dunedain.
speak with their
Captain
representative.
Kulunia.
A proposition for us? It's good to see we could reach until we meet again.
They don't
Without
seem
question,
too
my lord.
annoyed with us. Let's hope we
Up in
can
here.
keep it that way.
Continuing tomorrow.
If I'm correct, Bree and the Dunedain may go to war. Is what I'm hoping, at least. I'm sure that something like that will happen.
I'm gonna stick you.
Oh, how they slowly wilt. How they slowly die. 5 more turns will tell us if they truly are willing to fight back. Or if they do not even have the strength to do it. Regardless, Gundabad will be ours. And once we have claimed it, the bodyguard that the orcs would get, the orc bodyguards we would get as well. This is a good day for all of Angmar. Oh, another army has appeared. Things are slowly getting interesting.
Have a taste of my blade.
Oh, we've got some goblins. I'm quivering in my boots. And now Gondor has declared war with Rohan, even though it was already beset on 2 borders. Gondor has truly no friends. And I must admit, is normally the faction that is always bound to die in the beginning, because it starts with no allies. Gondor and Dol Amroth are more willing to fight the great land of Gondor. It's a great wealth. The great wealth they can claim from taking the land is more than sufficient reason for them to go and attack.
Have a taste of my blade.
Oh, look, a foolish Captain Zolg. thinking he stands a chance against whatever he has for us. Even though this could be a problem. Even though most of the units are snagger, and if Agendaur or Hunvorn even look at them, they will probably run away. Their size in numbers alone might be enough to beat us. Because I mean, all these skirmishers are going to start hurting a lot. 4 missile damage from 253 snagger skirmishers twice. So 500 javelins from each of those skirmisher units. That's still scary. That's still very scary. Obviously not as scary if you're playing as elves or just anything that has decent heavy armor. But if you don't, you're going to need some help. But I'm sure we'll be fine. And once we've taken this land, we just continue onwards. Oh, and more armies? What the? What? In the what? Orcabal with his orc bodyguards. Where did they come from? This came out of nowhere. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I might be in a spot of trouble. Because 3,795 of our troops only managed to just even out against 5,000. If we're quick enough to kill their generals... Oh. I may have made a terrible, terrible mistake. Oh well. Let's do it. If this means the campaign's ends here and now, so be it, unfortunately. It just goes to show the Orcs in the Misty Mountains can only win in numbers, and even then, that's if they're really, really lucky. But it still looked like they had another entire full stack just waiting in the wings. So I need to play very strategically. This hillish area here, which has has a nice split in between it, might be where we sit forever. But from what angles will they be attacking me from is the question. Either way, set our archers up here. Then set up the fellas behind them. They're going to be just the things we point to loose formation and watch them die to archer fire. We have the Wild Riders in reserve for anything, when anything goes bad. Agendaur and Morholt will have to wait in the wings again. Just trying to keep everyone happy and frightening our enemy. Send the Goblin bands at the back, along with the Marauders. What am I missing? Ah, the Rudar units. Let's set them up here. Okay, they're all coming from one area, right in front of me. I can see all their silhouettes now. So this area is going to be mainly contested. So I sat on my Orc Marauders on this part of the hill here. Morholt and the Goblin Archers. I want you set up so Morholt is in the centre. Oh, maybe... yeah, in the centre. Also out of skirmish mode, we don't need that. We don't need that here. I'll go into skirmish mode. Set up 3 of you over here. Just try and overlap you if I need to. set it up any better? There we go. Set up the band over there. And this last unit of fellas, we're going to clog up this hole here. If they can, actually. Is this area walkable? It is, though. It is. Oh, dear. There's a large area here that needs to be clogged up. So let's go into tight formation again. Come on, there has to be somewhere we can put a unit like this. Are there just too many? I'm just going to have to set up the raiders instead. Set up the raiders and set the pikemen up behind them. And set those axemen up behind as well. Then Agandar and Hoonvorn can just sit there. And the Wild Riders... I didn't actually get a good look at this army. They've got Mountain Orc Hunters. That's definitely a focus, with their still 0 armour. Those Orc Bodyguards. We're going to charge them down with the Wargs if we're lucky. Oh, they've got Taskmasters. No, that's definitely a target. Or do I just charge their scouts? I think we charge down their scouts and just keep their wargs away from our wargs. No, then shoot down those Mountain Orc Hunters. We have 3 different leadership abilities here. If we can't somehow pull a victory out of our hat, we might be in a bit of trouble. Campaign-wise, at least. We could be in a very big spot of trouble. I just need to make sure our archers are focusing on the units that matter, not the snagger. Definitely not the snagger. The Mountain Orc Hunters are the main concern to begin with. Once they're gone, we can focus on bigger things. Like those Taskmasters. Let Moorholt deal with them. They've got 2 units of Taskmasters. Oh dear. And another over there. Yeah, bringing them down means saving us precious time and precious orcs. We'll send our riders into the scouts. And let's view the stream of orcs coming up to meet us. Do not let those orc hunters succeed in getting to our front line. That is where they win and we die. Oh, that scout unit got 1 volley off, and that killed 20 of us. What the? We don't even have good armor. They were just extremely good with their shots. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Gonna have to risk the Rudar Raiders, unfortunately. If we can get 1 good javelin volley off on those Orc Bodyguard, oh, the tide can turn very quickly. A good mass route is all we need. The Taskmasters may alter that the mass route, but they could also be the instrument and what causes it.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Okay, now the Orc Hunters are actually in melee. Focus down the Taskmasters instead. Or anything that's not snagger. Unfortunately, I can't really pull out from this fight because the Warg Scouts will just kill us. So unfortunately, those Warg Riders are going to die. Hopefully this Iron Fist will work. Oh, we almost finished all our volleys off. Good few shots into those Taskmasters is all we need. Yeah, the wargs are surrounded, but they're standing strong. The faction leader is with us. And they will not rout until there's nothing left. Move the band further closer into the front line. Surround that unit of goblin infantry and then prepare the rest of the fellas to start charging into the rest of them. Oh, they finally routed. But it sure took them long enough to do it. The Black Hand of Mordor. Shall obey or you shall die. I care not which. We did kill a good amount of those mountain orc hunters. There's only 33 left of them now. Those orc bodyguards are right into our front line. Well, into our back line actually. They're hitting the archers. Move those band over to hit them bodyguard. All we need to do is get a lucky strike against their general. And that could be one army already defeated before the battle truly started. Might as well have Morhawk use the rest of his arrows trying to kill some fodder. But not snagger fodder, other fodder. Hillman on Hillman violence. Ain't it sweet? But our pikemen are more than enough of a challenge or to best anything they bring to us. Send down the axeman. Okay, maybe not. Move back, back. If you're gonna funnel down like that, then don't do it. We're over this side here. Their old bodyguard have been spotted. Surround them. My orcs. Do not fail me. There is no... The greatest price of failure is defeat. And we will not have defeat this day. Wow, they actually managed to counter my hammer and anvil attack by splitting us up. Clever. How did my wargs get all the way over there? Oh, the lag fest has begun. I know it begun ages ago, but now it's truly begun. I might just have to start throwing archers into melee. Yeah. It has to be done. My generals need all their strength. Oh, they moved out of melee. They're smart. They don't look it, but they're smart. Their general's all the way in the back. Now charge them, my orc fellas. Kill them with your armor-piercing strikes. Good enough. Good enough for me. The lag is real over here. Let's just move away for a second. So yep, this is what orc on orc violence looks like. It's just massive amounts of just massive numbers against massive numbers. Except, oh no, we've killed only... Actually no, to say we've killed 23% and they've only killed 20. We've killed double what they've killed, technically. Only technically have we killed double what they've killed. Because they started with 5,000, we started with only 3,000-ish. Although those numbers could be skewed more to our favour, I'm going to send in the Barrow Whites. But not like that. No, no, no. I'm going to move them to the other side of the pikemen and have them going for a flanking strike. Then cast Serpent Elixir and hopefully they'll start routing. Just need to spook them enough. The war of the Blackbloods has begun. But we shall be the victors in this long enduring war. Failure is not an option. Yep, that was that warg unit finally routing. Took long enough. Iron Fist one more time. Guys are getting winded. But the scale is starting to tip into our favour. Although they are definitely catching up with the amount we're killing. And with the next armour they've got, I don't think we stand much of a chance. If we can't cause a big rout here and now. Okay, Agendour, now is the time. The Temple Wards are the greatest unit that will ever exist in our faction's name. Other than maybe the Snow Trolls, but still. Greatness runs through your very veins. Do not fail the Dark Lord. Now we have come so close to victory. Let the living tremble. So either their lives or their wills are forfeit.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Those that are fighting in the front line, or meaning the snagger, believe there is no victory. They're only shaken, not wavering. And over here isn't looking good. How is that? How much bodyguard have they got? How much have they got left?
The enemy are badly bloodied.
40%. There's the old bodyguard. They repositioned right into the centre where I can't reach them. Ugh, it's aggravation. So another unit of orc archers in. Actually, no, don't. Not over there. Over here. I'm charging to that goblin infantry unit. The Temple Wards fighting by their side. No unit will rout in the face of Agendour. Otherwise they will face his wrath. And he is not forgiving of cowards. It's looking close. The scales haven't moved. In fact, no, they're moving into the enemy's favour. This cannot be allowed. We must find a way to stem this tide. The amount of orc taskmasters they managed to just bring out of nowhere have really weakened us. We must find a way to kill off their generals. For time is not on our side. Is that it? The first sign of routing. Snagger and the Rudar Raiders who have been fighting our pikemen. Hoonvorn has found a way to cut through them. And they have learnt to never betray us. %50 of them are defeated, but we've almost lost 50 ourselves. One more time, more holts. and now charge into there. We need somewhere to break if we are to claim victory here. Once one of the fronts are broken, though, that's when things will change. Unit of orc fellas have gone. The cowards. Though what can you expect from orcs that hardly have any military training? Not much, I can tell you that. Not much. Kill them all. I see wavering. I see the eyes of cowardice. More units flee, but not rout. The Orc bodyguard will not flee, though. And that is their last mistake. Victory will be ours. Failure is no option here. We're already in at least 20 minutes into this fight. This is definitely going to be a very long part. But all we can do now is keep rallying the troops.
Half our force remains.
Yep, I was waiting for that. Yes! One of the generals have been killed. Orcabal. The entire main army is soon to start routing. If it weren't for those damn taskmasters. Look at them sitting there doing nothing. Come up here and fight us, you cowards. But over here, the tide of war is already showing its ugly head. They can't hold out forever. And all of the scales are tipping in our favour. Even the taskmasters cannot hope to keep them. They fear the strike of our blade, not the bite of their whips. Although this bodyguard is still the one that remains, the one we really need to kill. He's somewhere. There he is. Fine with the team being teamed by the Orc Marauders.
Only half the enemy force remains.
Keep pushing in. Do not stop until they have all fully retreated or dead. I care not which. Now the temple wards. Agendour, move over. Hoonvorn, do the same. Find their general and execute him. Spare no life. They have had their chance. Now it's time they feel the chill of death. This is definitely an enjoyable battle. I have to admit, this is definitely a battle that I did long for in the Lorien campaign. It's a massive one-on-one where the battle could go in anyone's favour depending on how well the AI play or how well I play. However, managing to get the hill advantage and making them have to run up that hill was definitely a smart move on my part. But to be honest, if they were to come out from the other side here, the Marauders would have to act in a oval shape to protect our backline, and that could have changed the tide. But they didn't, so the victory will be ours this day, as long as none of our generals die. If any of our generals die, even if we claim victory, I will count this as a defeat. Oh, the orc bodyguards are so close to defeat and death. Come on now, we can do this. I want to see more routing banners.
Our army is tiring.
Doesn't surprise me, we've been fighting for half an hour in game time mode. And real time. In fact, no, we've been fighting 30 minutes in real time as well. It's been that long. Surround those Snagger and make sure they do not come back. Oh, and the goblins as well. There's also goblins there. Let's look at that giant pile of dead wargs. Such a shame. Could have used them for other things. I can't think of those other things, but I'm sure there were other things. The general's there somewhere still. Is he? Yeah, I can see the star imprinted somewhere. He's still in there. Found him. Oh, there he is as well. Yeah, this battle broke our army quite severely. We lost 60%. And that's only going to increase in size. Hopefully, we heal quite a few of those units. Hopefully. But hope won't win us this game. Killing their general though, that might do it. Don't let Mazul get away. That's the last thing we want to let happen. Although I'm fairly certain he has escaped. With few cavalry units and all of us being exhausted, he's just going to somehow escape with his life. The coward.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
The battle's over, so who else is fighting? Oh, here. Just these 61 goblin archers for some reason have decided to continue fighting. Oh no, don't run away. I accidentally pressed the withdraw button. Yep, that's it. Try and chase down anything and everything. Every one dead goblin or orc could be the difference right now. We killed a general and another escaped. Well, 80% of them dead. I must admit, I am quite impressed with those numbers. And that's that. We lost 2,000. But we still have almost 2,000 left. But we killed 3,800. We healed quite a lot of our orc fellas. Our raiders got a lot back, which is good. Because they lost a lot. And then the wild riders are back as well, yes. It's a dangerous business, Frodo, going out your door. You step into the road, and if you don't keep your feet, there's no knowing where you might be swept off into. Well, the first true battle of the Blackbloods has been resolved, and victory is ours. But at a great cost. Half of our army has already been decimated. But if it means we can claim Gundabad, it's all but worth it. It was all worth it if we can claim Gundabad. And, to be honest, that's probably the strongest army that the Orcs and Misty Mountains are going to be able to throw at us for a long, long time. Because not only have they not now lost 2 armies, there's a small snagger army just on our doorstep we now need to deal with. Now then, for only that much? No, execute them all. Yep, Gundabad's garrison has been taken down. And another battle. Captain Zune. Oh gosh. Oh no. We might actually lose this. Because for some reason that army is still alive. So we're against another 5,000 orcs. How? Why? This part has been has gone on for too long. If you think I should fight this battle, or if I should try and retreat, and no, to be honest, I'm not going to be able to retreat. We're going to have to fight this. So I will be fighting this next time. I hope you all enjoyed this part. Next part will be, will we survive, or will this campaign be a premature end, and I'll probably do a different campaign. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Farewell.